Welcome to another episode of Dots on a Map Food. Today we're in Mexico City and we're going to be taking a restaurant and street food tour absolutely everywhere. So obviously we're going to try some tacos, we're going to go to a few markets, and we're with our friend Miguel, who is originally from Hidalgo but has lived in Mexico City for many years. So let's go eat some food. Panchos, and their specialty is carnitas, which is a type of Mexican fried pork. So we're gonna go in and give it a shot right now. But first, some COVID-19 precautions.
Yummy! Oh. That looks great.
A good carnitas joint will give you several different types of meat to give you that different texture, so you can mix and match them in your taco. So this is lean meat, and this is the skin of carnitas. This is the stomach of the pig, and then this is tripe. So I'm gonna create a taco where I kind of mix and match these different textures, because tripe tends to be a little crunchier, the skin tends to be a little bit more creamy and melt in your mouth, and then lean meat, of course, is a bit chewier. So I will assemble a taco now. And they've given us a stack of warm, steaming corn tortillas. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of lean meat here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of everything. Folklore has it that Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortez invented carnitas after the fall of the Aztec Empire. Unsurprisingly, this story is greeted with some skepticism. So I'm gonna add a little bit of onion in here. In a carnitas taco, I think these are the staples. You always have to add these ingredients, and I might just use my hands here. Squeeze a little bit of lime, and then add a little bit of salsa. We have a tomato base, and then a salsa verde. A pretty substantial taco. I'm gonna give this a shot.
Yes,
very tasty.
And after a hangover, it's a very good food.
And that mix of textures is really nice. Like the meat, lean meat, you have to work a little bit more for, but then the skin is just like melt in your mouth. The tripe is a little snappy, as well as the intestines, so you got a good mix in here. Cheers. That was a delicious and very meaty way to start the day, and now we're on to our next stop, the Mercado La Merced. So we're in the historical center right now on our way to Mercado La Merced, which is the largest traditional Mexican market in the city. And as you can see around me, it is just absolutely crazy. It's a Saturday, there's people everywhere, there's so much commerce, people are selling everything from stationery to food to clothes, all of it. So we're almost there, so come on, join us.
Just relax.
All right, we've made it after walking 9 blocks. We're at La Merced, the largest traditional market in Mexico City. And we're just entering like a maze of stalls right now. You can see this is actually outside, but the stands are covering it. Vendors at Mercado La Merced sell baffling quantities of everything. Produce and spices, nuts, beans, and grains. Candy in quantities that exceed your wildest childhood dreams. They got some penis candies. So after walking through a maze of just candy and so many products, like I've never seen so much candy in one place in my life, we've reached the main entrance of La Merced, and it's absolutely
crazy.
This is the biggest market I've ever been to in my life. It feels like a maze. It's absolutely crazy, but it's really cool. we're now in the produce section, and as you can see, it's just another maze of avocados, onions, tomatoes, every kind of vegetable you can imagine, mountains of chiles. And if you feel like doing a little bit of gambling after you shop for produce, you can do it right here. We've reached the restaurant aisle, and it's just one full hallway of delicious food. There's tacos, there's soups, all sort of classic Mexican treats. So we're gonna try to find somewhere to sit down and get a bite to eat.
Quesadillas, guaraches, gorditas, sopes. ¿Qué le vamos a dar, amiga? How do you feel visiting this Mexican market?
Pretty good. It's crazy. But we found a little restaurant and we're ordering a pancita soup, which is a traditional cow stomach soup. And this one has a red chili and tomato based broth. So we'll show you that really soon. And we've also ordered amigas, which is really famous in the Tepito area. And from what I know, it's a soup made out of a lot of pork bones. So we'll learn more about that and tell you about it soon as well. Okay, so we've gotten the soup, and it looks a lot like a mondongo actually. So it's this really rich, deep red, slightly brownish color, and then there's really big pieces of stomach and tripe and all that good stuff in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try now. This is really good. This is like a smoky chili flavor. It's got a little spicy kick, and then it's got the gaminess of the intestine. Migas, a pork bone broth seasoned with herbs and thickened with marrow and leftover tortillas.
Really? No, never. This is new to me.
So this is even new to Miguel. This is migas, and I first saw it in Anthony Bourdain's Mexico episode where he goes to the Tepito market. So that's how I know about it. Otherwise, I've never heard of it before. But it's like this really thick, textured broth, and then it's just like huge pork bones in here. So I'm gonna give it a shot now. It looks pretty aggressive. Oh, that's really interesting. It's got a bit of sourness to it that I can't quite put my finger on. Like it's almost like a lime was squeezed into it already, and then you get that brightness after you eat it. So it's really interesting. I've never had anything like this before. All right, so we just finished eating at Mercado La Merced, and we're headed to our next destination right now, making our way through the throngs of people and vendors. Our final stop of the day, a bustling taco joint known for its al pastor and other carnivorous delights. Watch these taqueros, how skillfully they chop and slice meat, how swiftly they assemble tacos. Clearly, they've done this a few times before. Look at that merrily boiling pot of meat over there. Sausage, ribs, big chunks of lean meat. My God, that pot is a little piece of heaven right there. First up, suadero tacos, meat from between the belly and leg of the cow. It's been chopped down, so it's super tender. It looks like it's gonna melt in your mouth, but yet there's some crispy bits on the outside here as well. And they've thrown onion and cilantro, your standard taco garnishes, and some sort of red sauce over here that I assume is salsa. So I'm going to go for it.
Strange things do happen here. It's the time to leave. If we met,
The meat is very tender. It's got the saltiness of being stewed in that broth for a long time. And the salsa, the red sauce on top, tastes like a chipotle tomato-based salsa and adds a really pleasant kick. It's really good. Melt in your mouth tender. And there's a lady over there who's just started singing. So I'm not sure if it's a performer, if they're doing karaoke night, but it's really lively in this restaurant.
Y hoy me llamas y me dices simplemente adiós. Mentiras, mentiras. Tú me enamoraste a base de mentiras, mentiras. Tú me alimentas.
It's a little loud in the background, but we just tried the lengua taco. You just saw it. It was the huge beef tongue that was just on your screen, and it was really good. It's actually not super flavorful, but the texture is quite nice. It's soft, your teeth sinks into it. It's like just a tiny bit spongy, and it was really good.
Y suplicas, yo ya no vuelvo contigo. La verdad sí me arrepiento por haberte conocido. Vete porque causas pena ajena. Creo que en realidad tienes problemas. ¿Cuánto quieres que te pague? Solo quiero que te largues.
Well, that was a super full day of eating mostly meat in Mexico City. Thank you so much for joining us for our street food and restaurant tour. We really hope you enjoyed it. We definitely did. Please hit the subscribe button below. It would be greatly appreciated. And visit us at www.dotsonaMap.net. And we'll see you next time.